going to run on that too.
All right. Good evening and welcome to the Josefa Salinas show. Yeah. Hoo-dee-hoo. I think we just need to call it On the Edge.
Yes.
On the Edge.
On the edge.
like
Yes.
that.
That's so. Yes. Yes.
All right.
That is the
Yeah.
On the edge.
On the edge.
I can
You
relate
just
to
upped
that.
it. You just upped
I
it.
can
Yeah.
relate to
On the edge. Because, you can be on the edge
Uh,
about so many things.
Right.
You
So
can,
many things.
I live there.
you can be on. Yes, you can.
about
Yes,
it.
living
Oh
on the
my
edge
goodness. Don't
everywhere.
push me, 'cause
Exactly.
I'm on the
So I'm
edge.
close to the edge.
yeah.
So first, let's go around and tell everybody who we are. First of all, before anything,
Yep.
I have to say feliz cumpleaños to my tia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's out there.
cumpleaños.
Graciela. Yeah, Graciela. It's her
Feliz
birthday.
cumpleaños.
Hey, happy
So,
birthday.
tia, it's been a long time since I've been able to spend any birthdays with any of my family in Mexico. But it's her birthday today, and she's watching us. And so I want to say to my tia Graciela, I love you so much, and feliz cumpleaños, tia.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, so I'm Josefa Salinas.
I'm Norma Cardenas.
OG Money's in the house.
BJ.
Oh, yeah. And we're here on the edge.
All
On
right.
the edge.
Yeah, that's
the
a-
edge of my mind.
Yes.
This is going to
And
be
keeping
a
it
fun
real the whole
ride.
time,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Right, exactly,
On the
exactly.
edge.
So,
Hey, Erica.
we definitely told everybody that we're going to be, Brent's on here. Hey, Brent.
Uh-oh, hey, Daddy.
Hey, Ness.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah,
Gotta stop.
our phone lines are still
Professional.
down because, as you all know, we have the infamous suck wall where we put people and places and things that do not serve us well. And I'm getting very close to putting the makers of this board up on the suck wall. It's a board here that we have at our studios.
Suck
Two of our
wall.
studios have the board. One of
You
our studios
suck.
don't.
Right.
And the phone modules went out.
Oh.
And
You
they
suck.
keep insisting that it's something that we're doing.
You suck.
However, they want us to send the modules all the way back to Europe to them, and then they're
What?
going to send us new ones.
No.
And-
Oh,
no,
you'll
well,
never
how about-
see them again.
So my compromise
Right.
is this: I'll box mine up, you box yours up.
Right.
You take yours to FedEx, I'll take mine to FedEx.
Same
We'll
time.
trade numbers,
Yes.
and they'll pass each other in the
That's
night.
right.
Okay.
You know,
Call that
but
the
And
smoke
show
so
me.
unfortunately,
Show me
our
that.
phone
Same
lines
time.
are still out because of that.
Sorry.
But you can definitely hit us up on Facebook here.
right.
My post is public. Spread the word and let people know if you got something you want to say, you want to join in the conversation.
Right.
We would love to have you here.
Yeah, you can
Love to
text
see
us.
This is what we're talking about tonight. We're going to head over to some current news because there's definitely a few things
Woo!
that we got to
Yes,
talk
yes.
about.
Going in
Here we
current
go.
news.
And then we're going to be talking about survival and families and how prepared is your family. And I'm going to give you some scenarios.
Oh.
And we're going to talk about what would really go down. And if people are
Wow.
honest, I think it's going to be a really interesting conversation
Yes.
because when it comes right down to saving your family, really, 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 what would you do?
Right.
So that's all coming up.
Whatever it
But let's just go
takes.
around block and tell everybody how your week was.
All right.
Oh, my week was good.
Norma had her first show, everybody.
Oh,
The
yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
No.
What's your
So
vibe?
what's your vibe?
What's your
On
vibe?
Tuesdays at
Tu-
3 o'clock.
Yeah, she's live Tuesdays at 3, and then it airs again
right.
Thursdays at
Yeah.
3
Okay.
and Saturdays at 3. So what's your
Okay.
vibe? Tuesday, Thursdays, and
What's up,
Saturdays at 3
partners?
o'clock on thepowerofvoices.com.
Right.
So, yes,
deal.
that's
Good deal.
incredible. Yes.
I'll
All
pass
right.
that one.
So let's go ahead and, Drea, how was your week?
My week was better. We're getting better. But you know, I take the ups and the downs.
Right, right.
It's getting better. BJ?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay,
That was
we're gonna
great.
leave it at
Okay,
that.
well, my week was, pretty cool because it was light, and so
Right.
it that was juxtaposed against the premiere of House of Cards new season.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
I
Last
essentially
night.
haven't
Yeah.
done ish with my life,
Okay.
but follow the Underwoods.
Okay.
So it's been
I haven't
exhilarating.
started. I haven't even started.
You haven't started. What, season 5?
None
I
of
mean,
them.
not 5. I'm
Nothing.
sorry.
She's
Last
at
night.
season 1.
I saw it last
Oh.
night.
I haven't.
Oh, okay. So you've seen. You're up to date.
Well, I saw. Yeah, I'm up
Game
to
of
date, but I saw
Thrones.
last night. It was so funny because that
Game
was
of
the only thing we
Thrones.
were gonna do. Tony before he left again.
Oh, girl, Game of Thrones,
That's me,
please.
so.
I'm totally.
Oh, I
That's-
gotta catch up.
I'm
with
in
We
that.
there.
are Game of Thrones.
Okay,
You have no
I don't-
idea.
nothing.
Don't even
That's
get
all
me
I
started.
go
We're
there.
like we're having a Game of Thrones party. It's not even a game,
Okay.
girl. But
I'm
anyway,
with-
Yeah.
that's what I did this week was House of Cards and fool with the Underwoods because they you can't.
Yes.
It's awesome, and especially
Yeah.
with what's going
It's very,
on now.
it's very well written, and I remember
Oh.
seeing an interview with Kevin Spacey
I like
where
him
he
anyway.
said, "Believe it or not, we actually taped this before, Trump got into
Yeah.
office."
Wow.
And it's
And he
starting
goes,
to,
but
and it looks
he
exactly
goes, "You're
like
gonna
it,
look
right?
at it, and you're gonna think that this is like reflecting what's currently happening." He goes,
Oh
"I
my
swear, though,"
gosh.
he goes, "we had already
Right.
taped it."
In
Right.
real
And he goes,
time,
"But it's
just like-
unbelievable
It's,
how it's kind
right.
of unfolding."
Oh,
I have to
incredible.
Which is kind
I
of
have to
scary.
begin this.
Incredible.
It's all
That's why
scary.
Team Jon Snow, Ness. Team Jon
okay,
Snow.
that's right. No, I want the dragons.
No,
I want
I
the
gotta go
dragons
with
to
Team
win.
Jon Snow.
The dragons.
I'm
Gotta
sorry.
go with Team
The
Jon
white-haired
Snow.
girl.
The white-haired girl. But the Game of Thrones
Yeah,
aficionado.
that's me.
The white-haired girl.
That's what I call
The
it.
Khaleesi.
That's what I call it.
Khaleesi. All right, we got something we got to mention here. Coming up on June 3rd and 4th, over in Altadena on Mariposa Street, there is the McGinty's Gallery at the end of the world. They're having a big presentation. Alfred Heyman's photographs are going to be there, and artwork by Kate Cavellas.
Okay.
So he sent me that flyer. Open Studios Gallery is where you find out more information. www.Open Studios Gallery. So I wanted to make sure that we made that announcement for Alfred Heyman.
All right.
There you go, Alfred. We got that word
Got
out
it in
there
there.
for you.
All right.
Very good.
All right. So, I mean, of course, we have to talk about it because we've got,
It's
you know,
there.
It's that
It's
beheaded
I'm
elephant
sure we
in the
all
room.
have some opinions
Exactly.
about
Yeah.
this, and that is,
Yep.
what the heck was she thinking of?
Oh my God! What does Kathy Griffin ever think?
Thought
Holding up
She was gonna
I
blow
heard.
up.
the
I
severed,
heard about
well,
that.
the
Wrong way.
the illusion of a severed head,
Right.
and it definitely gave a look as if it was
Right.
the current president's
Right.
face.
45.
I don't
Cheeto
know, though.
King.
Now-
I don't know. I looked at it. I didn't see any resemblance. But no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
I'm
to me, it wasn't
no, I'm just
wasn't one of those
kidding.
startling things.
Yeah.
Okay, but now there was a news report, of course, that said that Barron
Yeah, the
Trump
baby.
saw it, and he's not a
Baby,
baby; he's 11 years
He's
old.
11.
But they could make him act like he's a baby.
Started screaming and crying.
Bam, bam.
I don't even believe that he saw
Okay.
it personally.
Yeah,
Probably
you know,
not,
they
'cause-
had to make it look good.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
But yes.
yeah.
it-
Anyway,
a child shouldn't have to see that, just
No.
like former President Obama shouldn't have had to
Well-
see and hear the things that he had to
Oh.
see and hear about
And
his
his-
children
and his
Exactly.
and his wife and all
and
those
what they
horrible,
saw about him.
horrible
Right.
things that were said on a
Nobody said
continuous
anything.
basis for 8 years.
Nobody
But
said
we're not
anything.
talking about the past, we're talking about current. So I'd love to hear everybody's opinion because we start getting into freedom of speech
Right.
and the ability for people to say what they want to say and feel what they
Right.
want to feel. Is there a line that gets drawn in the sand with that
Yeah.
with that right? I mean, what do you think?
Well, I'll go first then, since we're. I feel that freedom of speech is one thing, and I support that. You know what I mean? But then bad taste is another, and then corniness is another. For me, that's like how it was. Just mainly, it was like Kathy, girl, come on. You know, it was corny, and it wasn't bad taste. Just the Real Housewives of ISIS, and you know, it's like people really are getting beheaded. You know what I'm saying? It's you just have to kind of now the outrage. You know, obviously, there were many effigies of President Obama burned and beheaded
Come on
and,
now.
and hung and tarred and feathered and all that.
All that
And there
stuff.
was no public. There was no
Exactly.
public outrage. However, I do
understand.
I do understand why CNN, would give her because it was, it was in bad taste. Because I'm not particularly fond of our Cheeto King either. However, it's just certain things that we have to go high. Like Michelle
Right.
said, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah, you have to go
There were
high.
other jokes, and then it was, come on, Kathy, it was
It
just
was
cheesy.
bad,
It was
yeah.
bad and it was corny, and you could do better than that, girl.
Man.
Bye, girl. You could do better.
Man.
That's my
Yeah,
thoughts.
it
My
was
thoughts.
just
Yeah.
okay. It was an unnecessary.
right.
She
Um,
was reaching for something and she missed.
and she missed.
Right. Yeah, she thought we were gonna be like, yeah,
She missed.
it's like you can't, girl.
Sorry.
Like, and I get it. I'm not
We all make
destroyed,
mistakes.
but yeah,
But
it was a mistake, and I do agree.
It happens.
CNN let her go on her little
it happens.
gig, and
Get fired.
my thing is though, even more so than that, we have to learn how to secure our bags, people. We have to learn how to protect the funds, honey, protect the gig at all costs. Sometimes, you knew Kathy,
Oh,
you don't do a
evidently
lot.
she
You
did.
know what I'm saying? And you thought that was going to go over. Sometimes we go out on a limb for a laugh and we lose the bag. Y'all know what I'm
lost.
talking
Yeah.
about. Secure the bag.
It was
That
oops.
means get your paper. Make sure you keep your things secure. You know what I'm saying? Now she's just out here flapping in the wind because she thought it was going to be a funny joke.
And it didn't happen.
She's going to be hustling some pancakes in Vegas.
Man,
It's going to be
Vegas.
tough.
that's all. It happened.
Kathy!
It
Yeah, do you
happened.
think she did that like on a reactive mode, like
I
instead?
think she planned it. I think she thought it was going to be hilarious.
I think she
Yeah.
thought
Because
she
she
was
does
gonna
a
get
lot of things that are in bad taste, that are just cheesy and corny, and she likes to push that envelope.
something. And she pushed it.
Well,
Right.
here's
Right
someone.
off the death.
We've got somebody on Facebook
Okay.
that says a severed head
bro.
bleeds from the bottom, not the top. It's
Right.
obviously a fake head.
Yeah, we know.
Dipped in orange tanning
clearly,
dye.
no.
A bad tanning job gone wrong. It was art, and art is subjective.
Okay, and I would agree with that, but Kathy Griffin is no artist. I know art. That was just
wasn't art.
corn. It was just cream style corn
She
with
just
extra
missed
flour.
it.
That was
She
it.
missed it. That was a knock
was just
joke
corny.
gone wrong.
Right.
She missed it,
Right.
and it was expensive.
We know that it
and
wasn't.
it was a life lesson.
Was that the
and
issue?
She missed it.
That we thought it was real.
Sorry.
It looked real. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
that's the issue.
It wasn't dipped in orange paint. No,
she
we
fooled
understood
us.
that part.
I was upset because I thought she had really beheaded Donald Trump. Is that
Is that what
the
he's
issue?
saying?
No. I think I believe that this
joking.
person is trying to take the position that it's
it's
art
art
and
and
it's
right.
subjective, and a person wants to express themselves
Right.
in this way, that they should be
Right.
allowed to express themselves in this way
Sure.
because that's their choice of how they'd like to express
Right.
how they feel.
And I feel like maybe if it was me personally, just regular BJ, wanting to express my art, you know what I mean? But it's like you're Kathy
Right.
Griffin, you're sort of known, and you know, and
She
people
missed
will
it.
really flock to it, and you're a comedian, and they're looking towards you
She
for
missed it.
shock and awe. And you know what I mean? Because I do stand for art at whatever cost, you know what I mean? But if it was an installation, if we were at an exhibit, you know what I mean? Or something to that nature. But it's like, girl, no, you just came, took a little picture and flaunted it, you know. And I know she was probably in the process of promoting something to come, you know. And now you just messed that all up, girl.
Yeah,
Right,
because there
man.
will be nothing to come.
Like,
No.
nothing to come.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
them bills, because you didn't secure the bag, boo.
That's all right.
You
Yeah.
let them take your check.
So I mean, but that is
It was
a
bad
responsibility again that I think that you have to have when you have that microphone.
yeah.
Right.
You got to know when. What's the old Kenny Rogers saying? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. She should have held that one.
She
Just
should.
just to hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she
Hold
could
it.
have made a joke in
Right.
reference.
And kept it moving.
You know?
Right.
She
And
went
she's
for the
smart
gold.
with that.
She
She's
went for
smart
the
with
gold.
that.
And
That's
whether
why
you
I'm
know,
surprised.
whether you
That's terrible. Oh well. It
enjoy
happens.
the man, believe in the man, support the man.
Or none of
I
the
again,
above.
I'll say what I have said from the beginning.
Right.
I don't necessarily appreciate him
No.
or what he stands for or what he appears to be doing
Right.
so blatantly in front of all
Right.
of us. But I do
Yeah.
believe in and will stand up for the idea of democracy and the
Absolutely.
idea of the presidency.
Absolutely.
I don't want to live in a dictatorship. I don't want to live somewhere else.
Seems
I've
like
been
that's what we're
somewhere
doing.
else. I've seen what somewhere else
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
I've seen what the people look like who live somewhere else.
Right.
I seen what their
Absolutely.
cities look
You know,
like.
Right.
Somewhere
Somewhere
else.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I think that that's what I believe in, and that's what I will stand up for, but not necessarily for him.
No,
Mhm.
exactly. It's the ideology, the idea, the concept. You know.
But what is frightening to me is all of these deals that
Oh.
keep getting made, like multi-billion
face.
dollar deal with the Saudis,
Right.
and you just
Yeah.
sit there and keep thinking to yourself, okay,
He's selling
at
us-
what
he's
point?
selling Americans.
You know, and he's just.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Selling
going
us,
and
they
making
gonna
all
come
of
get
his
us.
deals, and his
Yeah.
friends are
Oh.
making all of their deals, and it's almost like, and
And
then
now
he's
they're
like,
gonna be
well,
more
maybe
deals.
they'll get rid of me, you
But I'm
know,
gonna be
but
paid when they do.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
The whole Paris deal, him removing us from that is so that he can earn more
Yeah.
money with the fossil fuels.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's
Don't
not like
you
they're
see-
gonna. He's talking about opening up more minds. They don't do that right now here in the United States.
Right.
They're not
He's
doing
trying
that.
to take us back. We're gonna
And
start
now we're on a
looking for
list
gold nuggets.
with the only other
Making America
the
great
other two
again.
nations that are not
We're going back to
Yeah.
slavery.
Right.
Yeah.
Syria,
Yeah.
Nicaragua.
Going back
Yeah,
to
Syria
slavery.
and Nicaragua.
That's-
yes,
we're on
those
that
are,
list with
those
them.
are our partners right
Yeah,
now.
Right.
They're
In
gonna be
avoiding the
invested
deal.
now.
Like what?
They're the only ones that didn't. They're not
I don't
on
know,
the-
man. I
And
don't
they're
know.
a little busy right now, with Civil War and all that.
Hecka
What's our
busy. Yeah,
excuse?
hella busy. Right. And
So
he's
we definitely have a lot
gotta pay attention, people. Stay
good,
woke.
a lot of
I'm
things
trying to
going
tell
on.
you.
I think we need to go ahead and get Mr. Michaels back in here.
Uh-oh.
He's our engineer. Apparently, we are having a connection problem
Connectivity
with
problem
our
on
video
Facebook
that
Live?
it's just looping.
Oh shit.
And so we've got somebody else saying, what about the Trump boys killing real endangered species
Oh, yeah.
and then
Right.
holding up their tails as trophies?
Right.
Yeah.
And we're talking
That's
about
true.
creatures
Oh,
like
yeah.
giraffes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Not
oh, my
beautiful,
goodness.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Exactly.
goodness. They
Also,
don't have to do anything.
Miss
for that.
Daylight said that this will be forgotten about as soon as, she was talking about Kathy Griffin, that'll be forgotten about as soon as another
That's
scandal
good.
comes.
And that'll be a good thing.
Right. I
That'll
know
be a
she's
good
hoping.
thing.
She's probably trying to find something
Man,
to do.
you missed it, Kathy. So sorry, but it happens. You know, I got
missed
fired.
it.
I got fired from a job for saying something I shouldn't have said, and
Thank you,
it
girl,
came
thank
out,
you.
and before I could catch it, it was out. And then when I came back to work the next, they said they no
You're done.
longer. So
You're
know,
done.
it happens.
You're done,
It just
yeah.
doesn't. It does not supposed to happen to certain people, but
Right.
it happens to everybody.
But
Pretty
yeah,
much.
I know. I guess his son is comforted by the sight of a beheaded
That's
the
terrible.
rhinoceros with
They
the,
don't care.
you know,
They don't care.
the tail of a giraffe, the
They
neck
don't
of it,
care.
you know. But hey,
Well, then, you're going to get people saying, oh, now you're comparing human lives to
That's
animals.
true.
And
And-
it just, Kathy, you hit a blank on this one.
derp, derp, derp.
Yeah,
No.
you hit a
Wah,
blank.
wah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you really
You
did.
get the gas face.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. I don't care what your beliefs are, how much you don't like him or his politics.
That
Right.
That
a
was
bad one.
not, that crossed a
He
line.
did.
wasn't
And
a
it's
smart
not
move
even
at
so much of a
all.
line for me of the amendment
Right.
and your rights.
Right.
It crossed a moral line.
Right. Exactly.
That just, we're outraged when there are countries where this happens
Right.
on a regular.
Right.
So why would we want to take something that outrages us as Americans and hurts us to the core when it's happened to our own citizens?
And it's
And then now
horrible.
you want to make a joke
Right.
Mm-hmm.
with it? No, it was
Right.
bad news.
Who's laughing?
Bad news. So
He who laughs.
Well, you're right.
laughs.
That's time to go high, not do
Right.
more of that. Right.
Absolutely.
all right, so we
Hey,
got
bro.
Kathy's there, but we got to talk about Tiger.
Ah, Tiger!
Tiger.
Woo!
Tigger.
I tell you what. Okay, and
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
stand
Are you talking
my
about DUI?
Tiger was Cablinasian,
Yeah.
but on that police report it said you was black.
Right.
Yeah, really. He, they
didn't
always,
have
they always
combination
make you
check,
black,
Tiger.
so see, we
What
can't go there. I'm going to go
happened?
high.
Yeah, we're gonna go
I'm
high.
going high right
but
now.
I just had to point that out because it was just so hilarious to me. I
Yes.
was like, well, surely they've got Cablinasian on the thing,
No,
and
that
I'm like,
was-
oh no,
he
not
put
BLK.
other on what was it on the race? He put other and he wrote it in, right?
They put BLK
I
on that
know. I'm
report.
talking about what he
Yeah.
wanted.
But let's beyond that.
Right,
Beyond
okay.
that.
Okay.
What killed me was the headlines, Tiger Woods caught with DUI. Now,
Wow.
if you didn't read past the headlines, you think
would
Tiger
think
was out
that.
drunk
Right.
and, look at his
Right.
mugshot.
Right.
He must have been tore
Oh,
up
that
somewhere.
was
right.
Now,
horrible,
if you
yeah.
actually
On
read into the
pills.
article, you read that the police officer came over to Tiger Woods, who was pulled over to the side of the road.
Right. Sleep.
Right.
And he had fallen asleep.
Right.
And when he was awoken, he wasn't quite sure where he was. I don't know about you, but that's happened to me before.
Oh, heck
I've
yeah.
fallen asleep at a stoplight because I've
Heck
been so
yeah.
exhausted.
Right.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. Okay,
No,
I'm just
okay.
saying I
It
know I
happens.
know.
Right.
And when I was there, I had to look around and go, where am I?
Right.
Okay, so
That's crazy too.
he was very cooperative. He immediately explained to the police officer, look, I'm on prescription medications. Here's what I'm on.
Right.
I took these two together and did not realize that it was going to affect me like this.
Right.
So
Yeah,
when
he
he
did.
realized it was affecting him, rather than still trying to drive and endanger people's lives,
He pulled over.
over to the
Yeah.
side of the road. which I believe is kind of what you would want anyone to.
right,
Even if somebody was
absolutely.
drunk,
Tiger Woods.
I would have more respect for
put
you
it
if you
on.
were drunk and pulled over to the side of the
Right.
road
Because
rather than
you
continue to
recognize.
drive.
Exactly.
Okay, but this man was not drunk. But that's not what it said in the headlines because
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
headline wouldn't have sold papers. It
No.
wouldn't have made
Oh,
people
yeah.
click.
No.
It wouldn't have
Sexy
made people
enough.
talk.
Yeah.
Calling people go, girl,
Right.
did you hear about
That's
Tiger
right.
Woods? Or,
Man.
ooh, Tiger finally got his.
Absolutely.
None of that
That's
would have
what it's all
happened.
None of
about.
that.
Isn't that
So
what
he
it's all
did
about?
And he was
right
immediately
thing.
released on his
Right.
own recognizance.
Right?
Okay, with no bail.
No bill. He didn't do anything.
Because they understood what it was. And somebody said,
Right.
well, then why did they have to do it? Here's my position on that. If they hadn't done it,
Mhm.
people would have said, because somebody would have found out,
Right.
oh, because he was Tiger Woods, you let him live by a different set of rules than the rest of us have to live by.
Right.
So,
Yeah, well, that's
you
how
know
they
what?
do it.
They did what they needed to do. They took him in. They did the test to prove, beyond a shadow of doubt, he was 0.00000
Right.
on breathalyzer. And they wrote in the report very clearly that he was cooperative, that he
Yeah.
explained exactly what pills he had taken that were
Yeah, that's
prescribed
true
by
that they
his
said.
doctor after his spinal fusion surgery.
Wow.
That's-
Which is
And-
pain upon
And the
pain.
man, and he had pulled over to the side. It wasn't like he was swerving in the road,
No.
taking out mailboxes.
Right.
Yeah,
He
well,
did the right thing.
He
and
did the
still
right thing,
didn't
but
escape
that
the
wouldn't have been a
scandal.
good. That wouldn't have been a good
Mm-mm.
story.
Right.
Wouldn't have did it.
So again, when my
Wouldn't have did it.
fellow people in the media
Media.
wonder why so many people are so angry with us, it's because of this. It's
Right.
because of stories like this.
Absolutely.
Why did
Are they gonna
I
stop?
know why you did it.
Right.
Because your editor wants you to get more hits on the
Right.
website.
Mhm.
For
You know,
sure.
you need more retweets on the tweets
Okay.
coming
Yes.
from
Needs
the
more
newspaper,
thumbs up,
the station,
thumbs up,
whatever.
Right.
thumbs up.
So you wrote it as titillating as you could.
Right.
But there's not that titillating story afterwards of Tiger cleared of all
Yeah,
charges. I mean, he
nobody
hasn't gone
says
to
that
court yet.
part.
He goes to court, I think, on Monday. But he'll probably be cleared,
Right.
because he did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
Right. This wasn't a bad time.
Miss
for him.
Daylight saying that she heard though that his car was messed up. Like perhaps he did hit a couple of things and then pulled over.
Is that
to
in the police
side.
report?
Allegedly, I would need to look at the police report because I guess I didn't see that part. But supposedly there's supposed to be some damage to the car. But I
Right.
mean, even still, nobody was hurt. If he, ran into a tree and was like, "Okay, let me pull over," still he did the
Well,
right thing.
It
Because
maybe
it was medically induced.
maybe at that
Right.
point
Right.
when he did hit something. I mean, nobody's come forward and said, "Hey, that
Right.
crazy man hit my car."
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
maybe when he did realize that he was losing his functions
Right.
of not being able to,
He
man,
had the sense enough to go pull over.
to pull over exactly.
Right. So I still think he did the right thing. But
He did
not
the right thing.
escape scandal.
But
It's so difficult.
This takes me back to something that is really deep and dear to my heart, and that is the responsibility of physicians and pharmacists
Oh.
to make sure that they explain to people
Oh.
many of these drugs, you can't mix them.
No,
They're
you
supposed to
can't.
be all in the system.
You can't mix the prescriptions.
No.
If it says you're not supposed to take it for 4 hours and you take it in 3, now you're mixing the
Right.
chemicals.
Right.
And you could have that situation. Or the doctor will say, take this. And then if it starts to hurt, just go ahead and take one of these. Well, one of these plus one of that in your system.
Equals
Didn't-
a bunch of
yeah.
I think a
stuff.
lot of people know that that's what's gonna happen.
Now, I don't think the doctor's doing a good.
I
You know
don't
what?
even-
After my brain surgery, nobody took the time
Right.
to
break it
sit and
down,
explain to
right.
me. They just handed me a whole bunch of pills.
Said, "Here you
Here's what you
go."
take for this. You got to take
Right.
this for the next 2
Okay.
weeks. You got to
Right.
take this, and if it hurts, take this. And then and the pharmacist just handed me the
Right.
pills.
You already got a cocktail
Yeah,
right there.
Right.
and
I guess, yeah.
it could. I mean, I didn't take any of it because I'm scared to death of pills.
Right.
So I didn't take any of the pain pills, but I could have. I mean, just look at Heath Ledger. Look at a lot of people who
Man.
died not because they wanted to,
Right.
but
Right.
because it was those prescription drugs are dangerous.
They
They're
are.
even more dangerous than
Man-made.
street pharmaceuticals. Seriously, like
Yes, they are.
especially
I
right
agree.
now. It's just at an
They're
all-time
powerful.
high.
That's why they're really
They're
powerful.
very powerful. I mean, look at Prince. Obviously, it's June 1st because, this is now Prince month we've moved into because, his birthday's on the 7th. But it's like, just having access to all these prescription drugs.
Yep.
And you don't know what you're taking, you're mixing these things. And so, yeah, in his defense, like you said, he did the right thing by
Pulling over.
I feel, and me too.
Yeah.
I've had surgery and they've just given me the meds, and I'm just like, okay, well, and then they get irritated when you're like, well, is this going to cancel this out, or how should I do this, or,
Right.
They want to fill you full of antibiotics, and then when I ask them, well, isn't that I don't want my body to become immune, and then I have to have a heart surgery or something years from now, and the antibodies don't work because you were guzzling them down like vitamins.
Now, I'm wondering if the air conditioning can get turned on in this building, because it's starting to get a little hot in this building.
It's getting hot.
Maybe can we get some air conditioning turned on here? We don't care if it's broken and drips into a pan, right? Jeez.
Can we get some
It's
Yeah,
hot in
it's got
here.
nothing to do with a hot flash. This is just straight up hot in here. Even the engineer's got sweat on the top of his head, okay? Got to say hello to Wes Hall. Wes Hall just checked in and gave us the thumbs up.
Hey,
Wes Hall
Wes.
does nights on hot923thebeat.com. You want some good old school?
All
Check
right,
it out.
all right.
Yeah, I feel a little something.
Yeah,
cool
now
coming
it
from
just now came back on.
Hey, Maggie.
All right, so let's
I
move
can see
on.
that you're on
We
my
have
thread
a
here.
subject
Suzanne.
tonight
Yes.
that I think is going to be real. Oh, Chris Bass. Got to say hello to Chris Bass. Chris Bass is checking in. What's up, Chris?
Hey.
All right. We are back
you
up
are.
live on Facebook.
Hey, Enrique.
Tonight we are talking about.
Hector.
Oh, you want to go look? Everybody want to say hi to everybody on their pages before we
I
get
got
into the
Vilma,
subject?
I'm having
Enrique,
connection
Hector,
problems.
Sue,
Back.
Rodrigo,
Go
and
after me,
Gina,
DJ.
and Jesse. Hey, you guys, if you have any questions, send them over. Now that I got the hang of this, I'm going to keep looking at my phone, but yeah, okay.
And then I still miss Daylight, Cody, Brian Nickelberry, Byron, I see you. Ness, as usual, she's hanging with us. In spite of the
Ness!
fact that she's
All
also
right.
watching, her Warriors. So that's love.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it is.
Finals has,
Okay,
began.
what's the score? Anybody know the score?
Ness, what's the
Where do you want
score?
me to
What's
put
the
it?
score, sweetie?
What's the
You're on
score?
that one
Give us
over
the
there, I
score.
think.
Really quick.
So, yeah, that's it
I
for
think.
now. And, we'll holler.
Hey, I want
I
to
don't
say
know.
hey to Brent. I love you, Daddy. Isaiah, I appreciate you for listening. And Zion, you're always there. Onyx, I miss you too.
Oh, her dog. She's talking to her dog. All right, let's get to the subject at hand.
Right.
Tonight, we are talking
on.
about survival.
Woo.
We live
You on
in,
camera?
and people want to, why do you want to talk about that? We mentioned zombie apocalypse last week.
Okay.
Just because that's
Yeah.
the easiest thing to refer to.
Let's talk about
Right.
zombies. I like zombies.
Well, actually, to let you all know, there is a plan from the Pentagon. It is called the Con Plan 8888.
All right.
It's a
Is it?
3-step approach to handling, and it's a strategy. It's a detailed strategy that they actually run the military through for a zombie apocalypse.
What?
Now,
Oh my gosh.
let me clarify.
Maybe I
'cause see,
should've watched
that's
that
the
zombie
titillating
stuff.
headline. Okay. Now, what the real deal is, it was the easiest thing. It was so far fetched from reality
Right.
that they knew. But if you listen to the plan and the strategy, you'll see that it could apply to any real life
Right.
situation. But they
Right.
used zombie apocalypse.
Right.
It was fun for the people having to go through the motions to do
exactly.
it. Okay. So
That's awesome.
It was
the
fun.
Con Plan.
Yes.
It's an unclassified document that lays out how the military would respond to a potential apocalypse. The plan's overall purpose is for the military to undertake operations to preserve non-zombie humans from threats posted by a zombie horde.
Okay.
Okay, so here's
Gotta
the
protect the
it's a
humans.
This is
threefold
from
plan.
the Pentagon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a threefold plan. Establish and maintain.
Pentagon guys.
Now, they used zombie, like I said, because they
Right.
wanted to make it as unrealistic as possible,
Right.
so that no country
fun.
or anyone would think that you were
Exactly.
making a plan for us.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's why
Yeah, I
zombie
get
was
it. That's
used.
zombie.
Plus, it's somebody everybody can relate to.
Right.
Except
Okay.
me, because I never watched
But check out when you actually listen to the strategy. Tell me if this doesn't make sense. Establish and maintain a vigilant defense plan aimed at protecting humankind from the zombies. So, if you put that into real life,
Right.
protecting Americans from someone invading,
Yep.
protecting,
Right.
let's say, the animals gone wild. That could
That'd
happen.
be fun too.
Loose.
Yeah.
They're loose.
If necessary, conduct operations that will eradicate zombie threats to human safety. Taking the movie that you watched, Outbreak.
Oh, yes. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. That was my assignment. So
Yes, Norma had to watch.
These ladies wanted me to watch zombie movies, and I'm like, I don't even
I
watch
had her
any
watch
zombie
Outbreak,
things. I'm like,
'cause I
that's
thought
too
it's a good
stressful.
one.
There's stress, and then and not all stress is bad. okay?
Right.
But there's stress, there's stressful events, And then there's just unnecessary. And for me,
Zombie movies
watching-
unnecessary.
Watching zombie anything
Well,
is
that's the
unnecessary.
fun part.
So I had the girls actually watch Outbreak with me, right? So it's like from 1995. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
but now
and
remember
I-
what I said?
And I
It
really
was
think
about
that-
Ebola before Ebola
Oh,
really
yeah.
broke out
Right.
here.
Right.
So just take Ebola. Let's just take the movie Outbreak
Right.
and Ebola.
Mhm.
Ebola is real.
It's
Right.
real.
Yes, it's
Remember
very
when
real.
someone
Just
landed here in the
recently.
United
Oh,
States with
absolutely.
Ebola,
Recently.
people started freaking out. Why? Because if you watch Outbreak, you can see how fast and how easy something can spread
yeah.
once it becomes airborne.
Right.
And,
And
it mutated to another strain.
Yeah, and it mutates,
so
exactly.
now I feel like
The
I know
mutate,
what-
yeah. See, now you can speak with
Now you're
authority.
ahead.
Yeah, I
It's
speak
like
with
it
authority.
mutated. It mutated.
Exactly. So we've got this. Oh, hi, Sue. Sue's in here. Hey, Sue. Sue's
What's
producer
going
from
on?
Michigan is in here. And then the last thing was aid civil authorities in maintaining law and order and restoration of basic services during and after the apocalypse.
Oh my God.
Because we've all seen what happens when there's an earthquake, when
Yes, we
there's
did.
a civil unrest.
Right.
People go berserk and they go,
Lose their
just
minds.
lose their minds
They
and
really
go
do,
grab
do.
everything off their, or even a snowstorm. People will go buy everything off the
right,
shelves in the grocery
Right,
store.
Right.
So,
A Stephen King movie.
I got one of my sister, congressional spouse sisters on there, and she's like, "Well, maybe they were expecting Trump as president."
isn't that
You
the
know.
that was
truth?
expecting to
Yeah.
call Fifi.
Right.
The
Oh no. He
Hey,
just
Candace,
thinks he's
I
a
see you're
rock
on here,
star now
too.
because of that. You know that? He thinks he's a rock star because he said Kofi.
It was a
now.
call Fifi breakout.
Oh, don't even give him no more
Okay.
play on that.
So
Okay.
here is the subject at hand, and this is where it gets. This is where it takes us to the edge.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to use zombie.
Right.
I'm going to use something like outbreak, where
Right.
it is an airborne virus,
Okay.
and people are dropping like flies. They got a 48-hour window. They get it, they get sick, and they're dead in 48 hours.
Right.
Which is kind of like
Okay.
Ebola.
Right.
Now,
That sucks.
first off, would your family be ready? Would you be ready in the event that those sirens go off and they tell everybody to shelter in place and don't go out? Because there are people who are sick, and if you go out, you have the potential to get it.
Ooh.
So now, from each one of you, what's going to happen at your house? I already know what's happening at my house, but go ahead. We'll start with what's going to happen at your house, PJ.
Oh, we gonna die. Okay. The only thing that I could offer, if it today, we could just get we smoke everyone extremely out, and then we're gonna perish. We got food, but yeah, I'm not prepared, and that's why I'm so anxious to hear some of the things because I don't have anything prepared. I have weaponry and I have Kush, and that's all I have. So.
All right. Well, we need some.
Yeah, we need more.
You'll be in charge of security.
Okay, you're gonna be in charge of security.
Right.
You're gonna work it out.
Right.
You're gonna work
That's
it out.
all. I don't.
Work it
But
out.
other than that, what we gonna eat? Because I'm not eating my doggies. I'm gonna need them to be part of the weaponry.
See,
So yeah. So yes, I'm here to learn today. 'Cause
So basically, your family's unprepared.
Yeah.
we're unprepared.
Unprepared.
So-
Unprepared.
Okay,
Okay.
and even in the event of an earthquake, which is a very real
Right.
reality here in
Oh,
Southern California.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yes.
Right
if,
now.
if stuff goes down and there's no power, there's no
Right.
electricity, there's stuff burning down, fire department can't get to
Right.
you, police are all crashed in at their houses anyway too because it's a bad earthquake. You're not going to be ready, are you?
Well, I do have a generator. I forgot about that. I do have a generator.
Okay.
But
Hey,
as far,
yeah.
and I have a couple of from my homeboys, but they're probably some army, the army packs. I have
See?
like 5 of them.
okay.
But that's
oh, so you're a
But
little more ready.
Yeah, but that's only gonna get us for like the first day,
Yeah,
you know.
and then after
So
that,
we're
it's
gonna
gonna be-
have to figure something out. See some, post-apocalyptic Postmates or something, to help us.
Uh-oh.
out.
There's no
'Cause,
internet.
no
No,
internet.
there's no
It's totally
internet.
unplugged.
There's no
No.
internet.
Yeah.
There's no phones.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no
I've got a
electricity.
Totally
generator. I
unplugged,
can listen
totally
to my
unplugged.
Prince catalog,
See?
but that's about it. I don't know what I do.
Okay, Drea.
It depends on where I was when it happened. Now, if it happened right here, right now, I would say if we had to shelter right here and couldn't go out right here, right now, just like it is, we would probably, I would probably try to make it home. I would.
Right.
I'd take
yeah.
a shot.
I would too.
I
Now,
would too,
when you
yeah.
get there
Ah!
and you've passed sick people and all kinds of stuff, and your family's already got the door shut,
Yeah.
are they gonna open it up and let
They
you in?
probably would.
They
Oh,
probably
yeah.
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely they would.
Yeah.
Zion won't.
Right.
Zion be like, don't let her in. But the rest of them would let me in. That's they would. I think we'd all just go out like that. But I
Right.
think,
Yeah.
and
I think not.
Oh, so you just take everybody down with you then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying.
We're going down.
To be honest, if something happened, the siren started going off and said shelter in place, I'm gonna jump up and gonna get in my car and try to make it home.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
this.
I might
That's
try
being
that.
honest.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
24 hours, 48 hours. If I make it,
Right. I agree.
that's just how I'll be real about it. I can say something else, like, but that's the truth.
And if you were infected, would you still knock on the door?
I'll probably stand outside and let them watch me die.
But you make sure they watch you die.
I ain't leaving, man. I came all the way home for y'all.
Right. I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Just
to
let
live
me
with this.
disintegrate into
I
the
love
ether.
you.
Do you
I
live
love
out
you.
here? Do you live out here?
I do.
Turn away.
I have the farthest drive.
Yeah, you got the farthest drive.
But I'm
Right,
gonna
yeah,
try to
You
yeah.
make
have a
it.
mountain ridge
I'm
to
gonna
get
try to
through.
make it. I'm definitely gonna try to
Wow.
make that. Yeah.
That's something, yeah. I definitely got to beef up on that, though. Miss Dela says she needs one of those coupon clipping ladies to stock up in her
see?
house.
Yeah,
She's
they
like
be
to stock her
everywhere.
house.
Oh, yeah.
Coupon.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
I know
Get
somebody.
stock up now. Yes, I'm definitely thinking of some things, Because
I used to do
my head will be
coupons.
straight, but I don't know. Yeah.
At least you be calm.
I be calm and cool. I tell you that.
You be calm.
If it's a outbreak of glaucoma, I'll be good.
She got electricity because she got a generator.
I do have a generator, yep.
And do you have all the cords that go to that generator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't even know how we got that generator, but
Does it work?
That's mama's.
Yep.
Okay.
Mama's. You
It
better
works.
believe that's
Is
it
it
works
gas?
because we used it. It is gas, and we used it like a couple of years ago for something. We were doing like a video, something.
Well, that works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's about it though. But maybe I could barter and
Yeah,
But not with my neighbors. I don't
if
really like my
nobody's
neighbors. So.
letting anybody in, people gonna be going.
Right. I
And
feel like my
I
weapons
thought
would be
I was gonna be
important.
able to come to your house, but I see that it ain't like that. So I just want everybody who's listening to know. I thought if anything ever happened like that, that I could come to my girl's house, but she let me know that she only got 5 gas masks and 2 bags on sand for you.
So you better get you. I got a gas mask.
No,
I got a
okay,
gas
but all right,
mask.
let's take
I have
let's
a gas mask.
okay, but
Yeah, I
then
do.
let's talk about that subject right there,
Right.
Because there's a whole bunch of people
Right.
who
Right.
think that they would come run into my house.
They come running to my house
people
anyway.
know
We
that
don't
I'm
even
kind
know
of
them.
one of those
Yeah,
people that's
they
going
gonna
to be
be clawing,
prepared,
they gonna be
right?
pulling down, they gonna be
So-
coming at you.
Tell me why
Mm.
would I need to be prepared for everyone else's survival when they haven't prepared for their own?
Right.
You right
No, you
about
shouldn't.
it. You should, but that's not what everybody's thinking when,
Nah.
when the bells is going off.
It's a little different from running the Steph house for some tacos.
Yeah, man. The bells is going off. We ain't thinking about, she only has 5 gas masks. We're like, let me in.
You got some of those survival tacos in there, girl?
Norma, how about you?
Me, I've been pretty conscious this year.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I have a generator. I got one of these huge, not really big one because there's another size I can get of tank, like a little tank thing of water. You
Okay.
put pills in it for 5 years at a
Right.
time.
Oh, yeah, you said that
Yeah,
last week.
I got that.
That's awesome.
I'm all stocked up on.
See, I
Now,
need
is that
that.
rainwater that
Batteries.
you've collected and then? Oh no, so this is just water.
Real, yeah.
Okay.
Clean water.
Now, was it a container that you
It's
bought?
a container at the survival store.
and then you put the water in it, and then
put
you
the
add
water in
the
it, and then you
pills.
add the pills. So I have it like completely wrapped up and in a corner outside where it doesn't look like anything's going to mess it up.
Right.
You know,
That
stuff
sounds
like
good.
that. I have.
That's awesome. I
Yeah,
need
so
that.
then
Maybe we need
I
to
make
go
it.
to Norma's
go-
Yeah.
Yeah, over the hill
Norma's
in the
got
valley.
water.
If it happens
Piece
here,
together, we
then
might
they'll
make
be
it.
fine if somebody's
Right.
at
We
home.
can make it. Me and BJ
You know.
Norma's.
Piece it all together. We're going to go to Norma's. Norma, I'm bringing my generator and my cush and my dog.
Yeah, so I have a generator. I have that. I have more flashlights, LED lights, things like that. The kind of lights where if the power goes out, they turn on.
Oh, wow.
So I have a couple of those. I have to replace a couple of those,
Mhm.
and then I make a conscious effort to have canned food.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's that Midwesterner in me.
That is.
I got a pantry.
see?
You open up those doors, and they're ding,
It's
ding,
like-
ding, ding, ding,
yeah.
it's all in- it's all in
So
order.
my house is kind of it's kind of small with the storage space, so that's just been the hard part.
All right.
But now I'm like I have this whole cabinet.
So
It's
what
like,
if you're not home though? When it happens, when the bells go off, what?
well, usually like I haven't had my car for a couple weeks, but usually I have a backpack. Like I'm making sure I always have like shoes,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But I usually end up eating my food in my car because I'm on the freeway
Right,
somewhere.
right.
to replenish it all
I
the
ate
time.
my survival food. On the
My
405.
snacks and stuff on the ride home or
Right.
right here. It's like an hour and a
Young
half
snack.
later.
So
But I'm being more conscious about it.
Mhm.
So
now, let's say you get to your house, Drea, and here comes a whole bunch of people saying, "Let us in, let us
Uh-oh.
in, let us in."
I'm getting in the house and they can't come in the house. What? What do you mean? I don't understand the question. A bunch of people just run. No,
Your neighbors.
no, I don't even know my. That's
Or
why I don't
even
talk to my
friends.
neighbors. That's right
so you
there.
don't have to worry about helping them.
But,
Right.
but
So they
if
won't
it
come
was
running.
it was my family, I would probably let them in, and we'd
Right.
all probably die. I'm
because you're
serious.
infected.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause they're infected, or I infected. They infected me, and I was like, "Dang, I shouldn't have let you
Yeah,
in."
my-
I knew
my
I shouldn't have let
neighbors
you in. We
already
all die
know.
anyway. But just neighbors and people that
Mhm.
no,
All
they
right.
wouldn't let me in.
No near the well.
You don't think they'd let you in?
Oh, I know they wouldn't.
Right. They sure wouldn't let me in either.
I
I
ain't
know.
concerned. What
Yep.
about you?
They already
Okay.
know. Off top.
Back to the fearless leader down there. What about you?
Well, I am
Oh,
quite
yeah.
a bit prepared.
Okay.
Don't forget to keep cash.
Yep.
One of these people.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying.
Yeah.
Gina.
I have-
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
definitely
Cash.
one.
I got bricks
Is to
of
keep
gold.
cash because the ATMs are going to be down.
The ATMs are gonna be down.
Okay,
Credit
you
cards
won't
are
be
gonna
able to go
useless.
swipe your card at the
No.
grocery
That's
store.
Right. That's right.
My
Thanks,
EBT
Gina.
ain't
Yeah.
gonna work.
No.
The EBT card is not
You really have to
off.
think like
Damn.
we're gonna be totally unplugged.
No, I
Right.
understand that.
Totally unplugged.
Okay, let's just go over to, now that we've kind of all established where we're at with this,
Right.
let's go over some ideas for the audience, because I like to
Okay.
do these shows on my radio shows
Right.
to remind the audience, so we're going to remind everybody here. Here's a checklist of 10 essential actions that you need to do. And this is
Okay.
something that we should all do and make sure my kids know they know what the plan is, they know what
Okay.
the words are, they know
Right.
everything that we need to do. You need to learn about the threats in your area. For us, it's basically fire
Right.
or earthquake.
Right.
You know, that you have to
Right.
be prepared for. Identify meeting places outside of your home and outside of your neighborhood. Where are you going to meet as a family if everybody's at their job
Right.
and we can't get back to the house? Where's the meeting place?
Right.
Another really, really good thing to have, and this, even with a
means
minor earthquake, this has happened. There was a minor earthquake, and I tried calling my son, and I couldn't get through to him because everybody was on their phone calling somebody.
Right.
So I called my brother. This was years ago.
Mm.
I could get an out-of-state call, but I couldn't get anybody locally because the phone lines here will be so,
so jammed up.
jammed
yeah.
up.
Right.
You
Yep.
you identify a person out of state that everybody calls to say, "I'm alive, I'm okay,
Mhm.
here's where I'm at."
Right. Okay.
And decide who that person is, and everybody memorizes that number. Don't put it in your phone.
I know. That's the
And
other thing.
think that somehow number one,
You're
you
gonna
might
be
not
able to
have
get-
your phone.
Right.
It may be broke.
It might not
Right.
work.
It might not work.
signal.
And they
Anything.
took out all of the payphones around where I'm at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have
There's no
anymore.
payphones.
They have
Right.
a couple of them. In
So you're just gonna find somebody with a phone or find a phone and use it and call that person out of state and let
Right.
them know, hey, I'm alive, I'm okay, or I'm at the hospital. Here's where I'm at,
Yeah.
and that one person gets those phone calls,
Right.
so that everybody has a place to check in. That's like one of the most important things
And
that you can
that's
do for your
smart.
Now you're making
family.
me feel like I have to go get
You
my
got that,
landline.
people?
Another
Yeah.
thing that we teach at my How to Be a Girl camp
Yes.
that's coming up June 25th through the 28th, by the
All
way,
right.
at Cal
All
State
right.
San Bernardino.
All right.
And they could donate.
Fun
right?
time.
Yeah, exactly. Know where the water, gas, and electrical shutoff is at your house.
Oh, that's important. Now that I do know. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't know how to shut off the gas or the water.
Mm.
And if you look at a lot of the articles about after disaster,
Right.
most of the people die afterwards
'Cause they
from
didn't
the
know.
fires,
Right.
from
Or
the
the
water
leaks, yeah.
contamination,
Yeah.
the gas explosions.
Right.
So I've got one of those, like those key things that you stick into the ground and turn.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn the water off.
Exactly.
And-
And I know right where the gas shut off is at my
Mhm.
house. I know how to shut it off.
Right.
And the responsible thing that you got to do, whether you like it or not, go around and shut everybody else's gas off too.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if the house next door blows
You're
up,
going to.
your house is going up
Right.
too. So this is the time when you got to go
Right.
ahead and be that neighbor.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And because a lot of people really don't know
No.
where to
Mhm.
turn off the gas, the water, or the electricity.
Right.
Right.
That's
The next thing,
good tips, people. Listen up.
Know the policies at schools, daycares, adult centers, emergency shelters, and transportation.
Right.
You know you can go on the city's website and find out their emergency plans.
Right.
It's all right there. lacity.org or
LAcity.org.
211, I think.
It is
Also,
211, yep.
it has that information. Find out what the city plans on doing and understand this. Here's the best piece of advice that I can give everybody. Be prepared to be on your own for 2 weeks
Yeah, without any
without
Yeah,
any
power,
help
without any
from
help.
anybody.
Because if there's
Right.
a real emergency like that, you can't get the services. That's
No.
just like the earthquake we had from Sylmar and Northridge.
Northridge? Oh,
That's
yeah.
how we were
that's a
out.
big one.
We were all
Yep.
out.
I remember that so well. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
so
we had to
well.
wait
What
for
about
Yep.
the
I
San
was out in the
Francisco
street.
quake when the bridges collapsed?
Oh yeah, I was
Right.
downtown San Francisco when that happened.
Oh,
my
no.
goodness.
Yes, at KKSF,
Wow, I remember watching
getting ready
that
to go on the
movie.
air.
That's amazing.
I was sitting there getting an air check session with my boss, Steve Feinstein, rest in peace. And all of a sudden, I looked out the window and I saw the mortar in between the bricks and the build because there's a lot of brick and
Right.
brick buildings in San
Right.
Francisco. It started turning to dust, and
Oh.
I'm looking and I'm like,
What is going on?
look, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, the whole building started shaking. And he's like, get under the desk. I said, I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
I'm running out of the building.
Man.
The stairwell's pulling away from the wall. And all I could think about was getting to a payphone, because there was a payphone down the street.
Right.
We're talking the late 80s,
Yeah.
to call my daughter who was home by herself.
Oh,
And I get to the
yeah.
payphone. I call her up. And she's like, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy,
Yeah.
Mommy, Mommy. Phone goes dead.
Oh,
You
And
did
I'm like,
tell me that.
And I go to the next payphone a block down. That's when payphones used to be
When-
everywhere.
when
Right.
payphones-
I call her up again.
Exactly.
Paris, are you okay? Mommy, everything fell down. I said, are you bleeding?
Okay.
Are you okay? No, I'm okay. I said, okay, I'm going to send somebody for you. Hold on. Then I hung up from her, called somebody else, and now there's a line of people behind me.
Of course.
I
They're
didn't
like,
use
"Come
the
But I
on,
got to the
man."
phone. I got to
Yeah.
the phone first.
Yeah.
Right.
And I called somebody who went and picked her up, and they said when they came to pick her up, God love her, she had her bike helmet on and her little backpack. Tell me,
Aw.
she wasn't little. She was
No, she was
11.
itty bitty. Right.
11.
Yeah. I know you 3-year-old.
10, something like that.
Right.
And she was
Aw.
pacing up and down in the driveway with her backpack and her bike helmet on.
She was ready.
She was ready.
That's
She
my
was ready.
that girl.
Yep.
No extra
That's
pee
my
And that's
pee.
what I'm doing with my young
Oh.
adults, because now they're not like in school or anything, right? So they're all working, and I'm telling them, we need to check in a little bit.
Yep.
Right.
So at
That's a
least
good
we
idea.
know, where are you in LA?
Right.
Are you in the Valley?
Especially with
Where are
everything
you?
going on now, because like those parents in Manchester, that had to be
Oh, yeah, so
crazy
devastating
trying
for
to
them.
secure-
Okay, so
Right.
here's some things that you need to have in your kit. We all need to
Okay.
have emergency kits. You got to have one in your car.
Gotta
Yeah.
have
Put it in your
car.
trunk
Okay.
and just leave it there. Like in my truck, I have a suitcase, a small suitcase.
Okay.
Right.
In it are emergency blankets,
Okay.
emergency medical, water, food,
Gotta be
jackets,
prepared.
Wow.
pair of shoes.
Right.
Because if I might have to carry somebody.
Yep, you
Right.
right.
And I might have heels on. So I got those sneakers in
Had
there
them fingers in there.
waiting for me. So
All
you
right.
need to have water, 3 days to a week supply, 1 gallon per person per day
Wow. Okay.
is what you need to plan for.
Right.
And we
Now
can't
you might
forget
have to
about the
ration.
animals,
You might have
too.
to
Right.
ration, yeah,
You
and
have
your
to
and your
add
pets,
animals,
yeah.
yep, the animals.
Animals,
You need
and
food
then-
for 3 days to a week, non-perishable foods, a manual can opener. Don't count on your
Right?
electric because
Oh,
the
yeah.
electric one's not going to work.
I
Got
still
it.
use a manual can opener, so I've got that.
Now, and now they have the food, the survival food that lasts for 25 years.
Oh, I wonder what it tastes like.
Well,
I
you
guess
know,
it
I don't think you're going to
matter at
care.
that time. I know.
I think staying alive is what's going to
Yeah,
matter to you at that point.
sustenance.
First aid kits
That's
and
right.
manuals.
You know what? I'm going to bring
And
one
what to
in,
do.
and then we could just open it up and try
And
it.
taste it.
Okay.
Because I have one.
I don't think I'll
First
try
aid
it, though.
kits. Got to have
You
first
can
aid.
tell me what it
Got
is.
to.
Band-aids, antiseptic,
Antiseptic.
peroxide.
Right.
Yeah, the basics,
Gloves.
band
The basics, some
something.
aspirin, the basic things.
And then
Right.
the
And then
prescription.
medication. If you've got
Medication.
asthmatics,
Oh.
Right.
Drea, you'd need to know where your inhaler was.
Right.
But
you
what
got
my
that.
nebulizer's not going to work. There's
No.
no electric. I can
Nope.
come to your house because you have the
Generator.
generator, right? And I can bring the truck because I have water. I have a lot of water.
Okay, see.
So-
Well, there you go. And
See,
you
we're
Yep.
getting it
charge
together.
nebulizer.
So you're
on
gonna
the-
if it happened here, you're gonna go home, go get all that stuff.
Well,
go
because
to
I
her
live by
place.
her. Yeah, so it's all
She
in-
live upstream,
Right.
right?
So I'm gonna have to take her with me anyway because she need a ride home to get the dogs.
I actually
right?
have sturdy,
I'm
like sturdy
stuck
shoes,
here.
like
Yeah.
hard shoes,
Yeah.
next to my bed at night.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I do keep
Yep.
a good like.
And I keep a
just
pair
in
of
case.
sweats.
Yep.
Because I'm not running outside in my chonies.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get caught outside in my chonies.
It's gonna have a couple seconds.
When we were
You know?
at the last
Right.
earthquake, and then it's so dark, right? So
Yeah.
all of our stuff fell forward. Actually, we had like it's in the in the
Ooh.
90s, right? So I had like the there was our bed thing, it had
The
two
canopy?
cabinets, and then
Oh,
it
no.
has
Oh, yeah,
and on top
okay.
is the lights that look
Yeah,
bright.
Right.
So when
I
that
had that
earthquake
same-
happened, it was
I
a
had that
jump.
same set.
It was
More-
a jump up, right?
Uh-huh.
It jumped up, so the top that holds everything together flew over us on the floor,
Ooh,
and
like-
then these two cabinets fell, and the mirror
Oh.
fell, and
That's
it
a
hit
big
me hit me
deal.
on the head.
Oh
cut me on
no!
the back.
What?
Yeah, it was, and this was in
Wow.
pitch dark.
Yeah,
Right?
it was the middle of the night.
And so when
well,
the
4:50 in the morning, so
Right.
4:40,
Early in the
4:40 in the morning. Yeah.
Right.
Early.
so when those cabinets fell, it locked us
I
in,
came
and the kids were in. I had a 6-month-old in the other room
Uh-huh.
with Vanessa, and we couldn't get out. We couldn't get out of the room.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
see?
were like right on.
And we
up in
were
the
just
valley.
feeling things, and these huge things around the bed. It's like, what? It's like, yeah.
All right, my sister Maureen is checking in. She says, Drea, stay off your phone and pay attention.
Hey!
I'm actually tweeting. Thank you very much.
She's tweeting.
I am tweeting. I don't
We
have
get to
Twitter.
do it because
What
we're
am I
on social
doing?
media
I'm
looking at
Instagramming.
Okay,
You guys
She's
tools.
on Instagram.
Do you have a
Hey,
toolkit?
Andres, I see you there.
A toolkit
We
that
have
is
one of those.
easy to grab.
For the most part, I do have a pretty
It's heavy.
good toolkit.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah. You want to make sure that you've got a toolkit.
Yep.
And in your car, you should just have a small toolkit that's got the essentials.
Right.
Right.
Okay, that has the essentials. Sanitation and hygiene supplies.
Absolutely.
Ladies.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah?
yes, I know what you. Yes. Ooh, God, because. Yep.
No,
Yep.
yeah,
Hygiene
yeah,
supplies.
Business. It will be business as usual,
Oh.
ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Even in
Okay.
times
You
of
wanna
make-
preparation.
and then-
It's that
in
toilet paper.
In that little suitcase that I'm talking about,
Yes.
you just throw a duffel bag in your trunk.
Right.
Yep.
Where you got some sweats, pair of sneakers,
Yeah.
a jacket,
Essentials.
some water in there,
Right.
emergency water, some of
Right.
that emergency 25-year food.
Right.
Just throw it in your trunk.
Throw it in your trunk.
That way, no matter where you're
25
And
at,
your little
Exactly.
hygiene
I'm not gonna
things.
try it.
No, you didn't tell me.
Yes. We must. This is awesome. You guys better be writing this stuff down.
I'm trying to tell you, I am.
Well, I'm
you
gonna
can
make
also
sure-
talk to the
That's
council.
what I'm doing.
I'm going to make sure that I
Maureen,
put
I'm
that all up
writing this
at
down.
josefasalinas.com. It'll be
Okay.
up there. It'll be up
Yeah.
on the powervoices.com. We'll have a emergency resources page.
I think we should call our council offices and find out what they
Absolutely.
have in
Yeah,
store.
we need to find
If they
out.
have any
Oh, wow.
resources there.
That might be an aggravating conversation.
Oh, we don't want to be aggravated.
Well, I have an
We can
awesome
aggravate.
councilwoman, actually.
You do?
All
Nuri
right.
Martinez.
Oh, Nuri's amazing.
Well, that's it.
And
Oh.
Nuri and I were at an
See
event
what we
together
can-
recently,
Yeah?
and she invited me to come on a ride along
Oh.
for human trafficking. I was like,
Whoa,
oh yeah, I'll
wow.
go.
Josefa's
Absolutely.
superhero.
There you
She
go.
Get out there,
Absolutely.
That's something
Hi-ya.
Nuri would do.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know
Bring
it.
her lasso.
All right. Well, we're wrapping it up here. We clearly
Okay.
realize that most of us probably need to do a little tightening up on
Yes, I
on our
do.
preparing, and hopefully that's just by talking about this. Maybe we've made any of you think about it, no matter where you are. Even if you're not in earthquake country, you might be in tornado country,
Yeah,
Right.
floods,
Oh,
snowstorms. I mean, not
Right.
now, but in the
Anything can
wintertime,
happen at
anything
any
could
time.
happen
At
anywhere.
any time.
And it's been proven that there are earthquakes where you would never imagine that they are.
Divers.
Right.
And then
Exactly.
beyond natural
fracking.
disasters, there are man-made
Right.
disasters,
Right.
man-made situations that all of this equally will prepare you for. And your family needs to be prepared.
There's
Yeah.
no
And
such
I
thing
mean,
as global
everybody
Right.
keeps saying, oh, Josefa, you'll be helping people. Yeah, I
40,
probably
40,
will,
40.
unless it is a
45,
zombie
70.
apocalypse, and then you can forget it.
I better go
Right.
watch
My house will be on
those.
lockdown.
I
Right.
will have no idea.
But get prepared.
Get prepared.
This is one place where you
Learn
don't
Morse code.
want to come up short.
You don't. The Warriors are winning.
The
Be
Warriors
prepared.
are winning.
Yep. I shouldn't be rude. You know my
Steph Curry.
cousin coach is Tyronn Lue. But I still want the Warriors to win.
We got to win, Warriors.
No, but yeah.
Warriors.
back to the safety. I just had to get that from Ness, one of our.
That's all right. No,
She wanted to
everybody
let
was
us
wondering,
know.
you know, and I know that a lot of
Thank
people,
you, Ness.
a lot of people are watching the game, trying to watch us too, and watch the
Right.
game.
Right.
And all that.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, we appreciate
That's
that.
what we look like this evening. But that's
Next
all right,
week
baby.
we're going to be talking about the girls' camp because I
Okay.
still have I saved 5 slots.
Oh,
For
you
5
did.
girls.
Yes, I remember you
Listen,
said that.
There are
5 slots for
5
5
girls
girls.
between the ages of 7th grade and 12th grade.
Okay.
And we're going to tell you next week if you know a young
Okay.
lady who would like to come to the How to Be a Girl camp. It's an overnight camp at Cal State San Bernardino
Yep.
campus.
Fun times.
I'm going to give some away on radio, but I might save a couple here for the show.
Listen up.
You'll just email me, and once you hear about the show, then you can decide whether or not, you know, all the wonderful things that we teach
Oh,
at this school.
yes.
And this year's
Great
theme is
time.
Shepreneur.
Shepreneur.
Every girl will create
Yes.
something that will be sold up on Amazon, and all the money that she
Oh,
makes
that's
from
cool,
her
yeah.
item
Wow.
will go to her. It's all about Shepreneur. So they're going to personal finance, walking, talking, before and after
is
pictures.
awesomeness.
We have a big pajama
Right.
party with all
Yes.
50 girls.
Oh,
Karaoke
no.
time.
Karaoke
baby.
and
Karaoke.
photo
Fun
booth. I
stuff.
mean,
You hear
it's
that, ladies?
learning
it's
and
4
fun.
days of just
Guys
being
better come
a
out.
girl.
Better come out. Don't
Just
miss
being
it.
a girl.
Nobody.
Is a very
All right.
good
Thank you
camp.
so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part
Thanks,
of this.
everybody.
As we take you to the edge
Peace.
and
To the
promise not to ever
edge.
tip you over. We'll
Nope.
see you next
Oh,
week.
we're not pushing
Yeah.
anybody.
We're out.
Push it though.
All right, Ivy.